Hey everyone, I'm Sanket Singh. I'm working as a software engineer at Google, and welcome back to my channel. So, guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic. A lot of students commented in a lot of videos of mine that they want some discussion around data analyst position, right? So, being myself a software engineer, I know that in the tech industry, there are a lot of other positions available that contribute significantly to a lot of products, right? Being a software engineer, you are not the only one who contribute to the product and the overall development life cycle. There are product designers involved, data scientists involved, data analysts involved, and there are definitely engineering managers, product managers, a lot of profiles are there. And among those profile, data analyst is a profile which is, I would say, kind of in demand in the market, and a lot of people are preparing for a data analyst position. And today I have got with me one of my classmates. He's like a very dear friend of mine, Viren. He's currently working as a data analyst at American Express, right? Prior to American Express, he worked with Publicis Sapient as well. So welcome, Viren. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you, Sanket. Thank you for inviting me for this call today. Hi everyone. I'm working as Sanket told. I'm working as a data analyst in American Express, and going to my profile, to the specific of my profile, I'm a digital data and tagging operation. So it is more of a digital data, the user behavioral data in a website that we deal with. So yeah, prior to American Express, I was working with Publicis Sapient as a data analyst again.
So Viren, I would like to ask you one question that like I being myself a software engineer, I know there are a lot of things that a software engineer do. We are involved in the overall development life cycle. We have to go through the design process, overall coding process, testing process. A lot of things are there. As a data analyst, what do you think are the differences in the overall day-to-day work, and what actually a data analyst do in their corresponding jobs? Can you please throw some quick light on that?
Sure. So, talking about software developer, it's the first difference, the main difference, which can be taken or extracted from the roles itself. A software developer is more towards developing a software. They work towards developing or preparing a software, while a data analyst is uh, basically analyzes the data that is collected from those softwares or
Mm-hmm.
from the day-to-day activities of the users, and then uses that data to generate some insights that could be meaningful to a business, to which can help them to increase their revenue, their user base, and also their conversions on the site. So this is talking about day-to-day life. So we collect data. So we start our day, then there are certain meetings that we go through, which is discussion around how we can increase the business, the revenue for the business, or how can we improve the productivity or optimize our websites. So how the data that is available to us, like sometimes it is possible that the data is already provided to us by data engineers who
Mm-hmm.
extracts the data. But in some of the cases, like in my specific role, we ourselves writes the tags, which is in JavaScript, and use those tags to extract the user behavioral data from the
Mm-hmm.
websites, and then use that data to optimize, personalize, and to generate some meaningful insights of the data, so that we can target a specific user group which can generate more conversions, or basically which can bring more profit to the business. So this is more of our task as a digital analyst.
Okay. So, like, what are the technologies involved that you work like currently, or like, let's say prior to American Express, what were the overall technological stack that you were involved in your day-to-day work?
Sure. So talking about the tech stacks, like some of the languages like Python is something that is vastly used. SQL is there. Python basically is used for data visualization and the data pre-processing of the data, because the data we get is raw, and some of the pre-processing is required so that we can, actually use that data to create the insights and to create different visualizations, which can be analyzed to, get meaningful insights. And apart from that, SQL is basically for fetching, for the ETL task, for the data transfer and load, so that we can fetch the data from the large data bases in the way we want, and then utilize them. And apart from SQL and Python, there are many Adobe tools, which is these are specific to my rules basically. Adobe provides Adobe Analytics is there, Adobe Launch is there, Adobe Target. Then we have Audience Manager. Then
Okay.
ACM is there, which is for campaign management. And apart from these, Google also provides some like Google Analytics there. There's basically Google 360 is the product which has similar capabilities as Adobe. And apart from those, for visualization, we use Power BI sometimes. We either use Adobe Workspace or Google Data Studio is there, and also Tableau sometimes. Yeah. So these are basically the sort of tech stacks that we use as a part of data analysis. Excel is yeah, Excel. I would like to also add Excel because that is something we sometimes use for data reprocessing and for data visualization. So that is one of the tools that is in great use right now in the profile of data analyst.
Before moving forward, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, that is DataCamp. So just now, as we discussed that there are a lot of topics that you need to learn if you want to become a data analyst or a data scientist, and DataCamp is going to help you in solving this problem only. So DataCamp is an online learning platform where you can learn tons and tons of topics like Python fundamental, data manipulation, machine learning fundamentals, and in fact advanced topics like deep learning and natural language processing as well. DataCamp has got dedicated skill tracks which include Python track, the track for R programming, the track for SQL programming, and including spreadsheets as well. Apart from that, DataCamp has also got dedicated career tracks which include data analyst with R, data scientist with Python, quantitative analyst with R, data analyst with Python, a Python programmer, etc. These career tracks are going to have dedicated courses which is going to help you in building up a profile for the corresponding career. Apart from that, DataCamp is also going to get you hired because DataCamp has got your profile which they are going to share with top employers which are going to recruit in similar data related roles like data science, data analysis in multiple profiles as well. So, DataCamp is a one stop solution where not only you can learn new skills that are going to be really relevant for becoming a data scientist or a data analyst, but also prepare for the corresponding careers with dedicated courses and even get hired with DataCamp. So, what are you waiting for? Join DataCamp with the given links in the description section below. And using that link, you can even avail the first chapter of any DataCamp course absolutely for free. So do check out the links in the given description section. Okay. Okay. Cool. As you just mentioned, a lot of things that are involved as the use case, because as a software engineer, when we are working with some company, there are like limit. I must say that there is still some limited tech stack, but here you said that there are a lot of options that a companies can use, and that really makes some sense. But if someone is preparing for a profile of data analyst, right? Let's say someone is a new grad from college and they are preparing for on campus or off campus opportunities. What would you say that what are some most important topics or what are some most important subjects, or let's say technologies that they should definitely prepare for, because I guess all of these things will take a lot of time to master. So what were the things that you prepared, or what are the things someone can prepare in order to become a successful data analyst in their early stages of their career?
So talking about the role of data analyst specifically, so they do not demand or expect from you that you already have the knowledge of all these tools that I mentioned. So
Mm-hmm.
what they really check is whether you have the grasp over the curriculum that you have gone through
Mm-hmm.
in the 4 years of your BTech.
Mm-hmm.
One more important thing for data analyst, basically this field is not degree agnostic, because it hire people from variety of degrees, from variety of so this data analyst is a degree agnostic field, because it do not specifically hire people from for those who are from BTech. Like that is a requirement from like in if you'll see most of the software development job roles demand you to have a BTech degree, but for
Mm-hmm.
data analyst you need not to be a student of BTech. So that is a plus for this role. And talking about what you should prepare, or anybody should prepare if they are looking forward to data analyst as a career, then they should focus on what they have done. in their graduation, because they are going to just test whether you are a serious candidate or not, whether
Okay.
you are you are going to give your 100%, or you going to give your determination to that role or not, because they don't expect you that you will have a knowledge of all these tools in prior. And apart from
Okay.
that, yeah, data structure and algorithm will be there. They will test your, because if you are coming from the btech, from a btech background, they will ask you those questions. Like for the campus hires, when I was prepared, when I was like, sitting for the interviews, they did ask me the data structure and algorithm part. But apart from that, they also asked me some guesstimate analysis questions
Okay. Okay.
and some of the puzzles. So they wanted to check how I can basically analyze the data. What is my thought process towards the data? They will ask you what is your opinion, what you think, where would the data be after 5 years. So they want to
Okay.
just test your basic skills. And apart from that, yeah, Python would be a plus if you know Python. SQL would be a plus, and Excel would be a plus. So these three are the languages or tech stacks that you can prepare for if you're going for data analyst as a field.
So you talked about like
Because Adobe
Python, SQL. Just wanted to know like how much SQL do they ask, right? Like they ask very in-depth questions or some advanced concepts on SQL, or like basic queries and all. So what was your experience with that?
they can ask you the questions related to joins and composite queries, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they will go to more complex questions.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things that they'll basically just test your knowledge of SQLs, because at last they are going to give you some training once you will
Okay,
be onboarded. So yeah,
makes sense.
so that's all they are going to test. Yeah,
Okay,
the
cool.
basic knowledge of those.
So like as you mentioned, like all of these things are used, and like I believe that Python and SQL, these are like some very in trend things. If someone can go to TIOB index, Python is like one of the top three languages on the TIOB index. And in the software development industry as well, a lot of companies are using Python for a lot of tasks, for automation, scripting, backend, etc. So like when you are working as a data analyst, so what do you think, like in this field, can someone take a shift to other fields like data scientist or machine learning engineering? So do you think having a lab towards that direction is also possible for students who are in their early stages of career and who can get selected as a data analyst? Do you feel this shift of a career is possible after, let's say, 2 or 3 years?
I do believe that it is possible, because I have myself seen many people or experience, like my colleagues. There are some colleagues I was working with who have shifted to data scientists from the profile of data analysts themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, it is possible, and because when you are a data scientist, the language requirement is again of Python. But there is a
Okay.
thing that you have to have knowledge of machine learning algorithms, because
Okay.
that is an addition to data analyst. So if we talk about data scientists and data analysts in separately, how they are different from each other. So data analysts are one who uses the data and finds the meaningful insights from those data, from those data, how we can use that data. Then data analysts are the one who brings ML into the picture.
Okay.
They can also analyze the data, but apart from that, they also uses machine learning algorithms, so that they can utilize that data and create an automated program, which can help in reducing the user efforts, or basically improving the user experience. So
Makes sense.
like we know already that machine learning can be used for multiple purposes. So yeah, it would be a plus if you are from data analyst background. Yeah, so the shift would be easier for those who are in data analysts as compared to those who are in other fields.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. One last question on this data science and data analysis part. So, like, you also worked as a data science intern in your college days, right? So, do you think that working as a data science intern can increase your chances of getting selected as a data scientist in company as a full-time engineer, or like maybe as a data analyst? Do you think like having some good internships or having some good projects in data science can be a factor that can help a lot of students to get selected? And if yes, then if you can recommend some projects also, can you throw some light on that?
So see, experience is always a plus. Like if you have some projects, good projects in your resume, if you have some good internships in your resume, then that would always be a plus, because that is because your projects will align with the profile you are, you are sitting for, you are the person is hiring for. So that will definitely be a plus for that role. But I have seen many people didn't had any prior knowledge of this field, not the knowledge, basically they do not have the experience.
Okay.
They might be having some projects, but they do not have the experience in data scientist, but still they got hired as a data scientist. So when you
Okay.
are, you're graduating from campus, so they
Mm-hmm.
basically test your determination whether you are a capable candidate for that profile or not. You have that, eagerness to learn or not. They basically test for your learning mindset. And yeah, if I talk about good projects that some of you can have in your resume, so you can have some recommendation models, because you see most of the companies do create a recommendation model for their web for their users. You can have some NLP based, which is text based models or projects. That will be a plus as well, because there is a lot of textual data that is
Okay.
there. So yeah, most of the company work around that, so that would also because these projects will show up your prior experience into those fields. So that would surely be a project if you'll have some project into these. Otherwise, you can explore as much as you want or you feel to, because that will only going to help you and will ease your life in the future term. Yeah.
Yep. So I believe you also made a lot of projects. So I'll drop a GitHub link for Viren in the comment section. People can definitely check out what all projects you can make, and definitely you can find some good Medium articles. You can find some good tutorials where people have recommended a lot of projects. And yes, I believe like making few recommender systems and few NLP based models can be a good head start for your career as a data scientist or data analyst. That makes pure sense. And like as Viren suggested, try to get some more hands-on experience around Python and SQL, because these are some of the technologies that most of the data analysts are using. I generally come into the conversation with a lot of data analysts in my company also, and some other few friends of mine as well. And they also mentioned a similar fact that okay, Python and SQL are something, including Excel as well, that is something really very important, and they are using it in their day-to-day work as well. So that being said, I believe this conversation was really will be really fruitful for all those people who are looking to join as a position of data analyst, because I definitely agree to the fact that software engineering is not the only thing or not the only career option in the tech industry. This is one of the options from the many from the n available options, and data scientist, data analyst, machine learning engineer are also some of the options that people can opt for. One small fact that I would like to mention here, that a lot of companies do hire data scientist, machine learning engineer under the name of as a software engineer only, where you are still working with a lot of data and you are still working with a lot of algorithms, but you are still given the tag of software engineer as well. So do check out all the positions in whatever company you want to opt for, that what are the projects or what are the fields that particular position is going to be aligned towards. That will help you a lot in taking a decision that okay, whether you want to opt for a position or not. And that being said, I would like to really thank Viren for taking out some time for the short conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed the overall session. If yes, then don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you can get a notification whenever we are going to put a new video on the channel. So till then, take care guys. Bye bye. Thanks Viren for joining, and love you all.
Thanks.